Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, coach therapist from DCTcentre, and joining me is lovely Maria, who is psychic, medium, Reiki master, and much, much more. And today we are ready to go and have your questions. While we don't have anyone, tell me, how was your week?
My week.
Yeah.
I've had a good week. I've been busy. There's been some ups and downs because there's a lot of energy, a lot of negative energy floating around everywhere at the moment, and I think quite a lot of people are feeling quite low with everything. I mean, I don't listen to the news. I don't look for any of this, but it's going to come into us, isn't it? We're going to get the negative energy.
I think so. Negative energy doesn't matter. You listening or you don't listen. Still, this negative energy is around.
Mm-hmm.
I myself feel like in a roller coaster at the moment. One day I'm better, one day I'm worse. But this, especially when I'm chatting with my family, who is really sitting on suitcases and thinking about coming to England, to escape everything there. So I don't know how others feeling, but I feel like in between two dimensions. Like, okay, I know this fifth dimension and angels and honey bees and everything else, which is and what is in our my life really now, with all this what I'm doing and all work I'm planning and many projects I'm doing, it's all like on fifth dimension. But then I speak to my family, or I speak on somebody on the road, and it's like completely different dimension. And I'm sort of in between, having this roller coaster. Okay, while we don't have any questions, let's start get on what I was preparing. What spirit world wants to say about situation in Latvia now and the way forward to end of this month?
Okay. Just checking my cards, which one spirit want me to use. I use the same cards over and over again, but I have 2 packs of the same cards. I will tell you the story about how they came about. Not after we've answered this question. So let's put some spray on them, get rid of any energy, and ask the question. So what's the question? The question is...
The question... What spirit world wants to say about situation in Latvia now and way forward for next month, till end of this month?
Okay, let's see what they have to say. 1, 2, or 3?
3.
Okay. Ooh. It's very early days. Got the Fairy of Youth. It's very early days. Okay, something about the children. Tell me what the situation is, because I don't actually know. Like I said, I don't listen.
I don't listen much either, but just to make sure the wide range of people who are watching my shows mostly is in European states, so they definitely want like readings about their different places. And in my country at the moment is like people sitting on suitcases and thinking, do they have to leave country or not?
Okay, so that makes more sense to me then. So the fairy of youth, it's about, they're worried about their young, their children. They're worried
Yes.
about their young. They're worried about their children, the disruption that it's causing to everybody, but they're more concerned with their young people and mostly their children. So the children, how is this going to affect the children? How is it going to, what about their future? What's going to happen to them if they have to leave their country? Where are they going to go? They're all frightened. They're scared. They don't know what the future will hold. What Spirit is saying is they need to stand up and be the queen in their own lives. They need to be able to feel in control. They don't feel in control at the moment because they're not in control. They don't know whether they're going to be staying or going or what's happening. But Spirit are saying that it is going to come, they've got the Queen of Bedlam. So in their country at the moment, it's Bedlam. Of course it is. Of course it's Bedlam. But the solution, we'll ask in Spirit for the solution. What is the solution to this Bedlam? Okay. Still about the children. Everybody's frightened. Everybody's working on their children's side of it because they're scared. What Spirit are saying is maybe they have to work more in the adult instead of being frightened. More in their power, back into their power. It's like they've lost their power somewhere along the line. Okay, they're magicians. I'll never get used to this. It doesn't work properly. Right, they're magicians. They have everything they need to succeed, but they just lack the confidence to go and do it. And it's scary, of course it is. Of course it's scary. But what the spirit world is saying, okay, we've got the big behind. This is not our bottoms. What the spirit world are saying is that there's not a whole great deal of therapy to be done. It's a matter of some patterns. They're stuck in some patterns that have happened before. And they're comparing what's happening now to what's happened before, and then they're going into fear with it. What spirit are saying is to kind of just look at the patterns and do something differently.
I think what you're talking about is this my country's people, especially who is older now, they are thinking about World War II. So they bring in parallels how was then and now, yeah, when everything starts to break. So they are frightened more about how they were before and frightened to bring this now.
And that's what spirit are saying. And they're saying the fear of thinking about World War, the fear of going back into the past will cause problems. They need to not see it that way. They need to come into looking at the patterns. What patterns were there when World War II happened? What were the patterns? And they need to do something differently than happened then. Something different will happen.
Yeah. The only problem is most people is glued to TVs, glued to radios, and just try to grasp every single show what they can find, who is saying what and how far everything goes, and it's difficult.
It is, and it's natural and it's human to want to do that, but it's not doing them any good.
Yeah. What spirit world can say about cryptocurrency and investments in crypto?
You always bring me to subjects that I have no idea about.
But that's very good, because you don't have idea and you only listen what spirits is telling you. Yeah. And then I can, from what you read, I can clarify and figure it out what actually was said. So we're working together.
Very good. That's good then. So let me clear the energy again. I'm so into clearing the energy all the time, isn't it? Because we need to have a good energy around us.
Yes.
1, 2, or 3?
2.
Leaving. Are we leaving our way of money behind?
We leaving our way of money, what we have now and how we have now. If you listen to all information what there is in on internet, then old money system is going down and new money system is coming in.
Okay,
but
so that's what
crypto should be the new part of new system.
Okay. They're talking about mental health issues. So there's something to do with leaving the old system because it's causing mental health issues. So leaving the old system behind, it's causing mental health issues. There's so much, and when I say mental health issues, it could be fear is a mental health issue.
It could be fear, it could be exhaustion, it could be stress about money. It's all this what they putting literally unnecessary stress on us all the time.
So what it's saying is we're leaving the old system, we're moving into a new system. We have to change our world because the mental health system it's too much for us. There's so much stuff going on that it doesn't work anymore. The system's broken down. We have joy for the future. So we have joy for our future. Queen of the Night. This is about, it's early days for it yet. It's early days for it, but it will happen. And then we've got the Lady of Joy again. So it's a good move.
Crypto is good move, yeah?
Yeah. Now explain to me what crypto is, because I don't know.
Crypto is blockchain. I don't know much myself, but have you heard about Bitcoin?
Not always good.
Yes. That was another question from this one. While we are on money, I wanted to ask about what Spirit World is saying about Bitcoin and what Spirit World is saying about HRP, because this is blockchain technology. It's all goes. This money is only on internet. You buying, you selling. It's like in stock market. You buying and selling this money. And Bitcoin, like one Bitcoin is God knows how many thousands, but it's like divided on very small parts. So you can buy part of this Bitcoin.
Okay.
And you can sell and again keep it and all rest of it in stock market with it. So that's how you're making money out of it, and this price going up and down and something like that. But lots of people are interested in this, and can we ask what about Bitcoin first?
So, okay.
So far, we don't have any viewers.
No, it's early. The sorcerer, Bitcoin, it's not going to change. That's what the sorcerer means. I have a bad feeling about Bitcoin. It's a bad feeling. And
Me
the sorcerer confirms that. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good.
Okay, and then how feels XRP?
I don't know what XRP is either.
That's another type of this blockchain cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And this one apparently is one who will build in the new world, will build this new money type possibility. It's not 100%, but it's possibility.
Okay. We've got the Queen of the Golden Bough, which is about moving into the new energy, moving into the golden energy that we're coming into Ascension. So we're coming into a new golden energy. And maybe that is the answer to it. I don't feel comfortable with the different coins and the different things because I don't know much about it. But I do know about Ascension, and I do know about moving into the golden energy, where we're coming to a place where our systems don't work anymore and they're all going to fall, and the people are going to take over, and the people are going to build communities and work in a less monetary or ego way and more a community spirit. And that's what the Queen of the Golden Bough is about. Less about how much money we have, less about our egos, and more about working to help with mental health issues, working to change our schools, working to change the systems, the government, the systems that are not working anymore, to fall so that we can build a new way of living. And that's what the spirit wants us to concentrate on.
Do you actually have any idea of, I know in the spirit world there is no time. There is no such a understanding of time like we understand. 1 week, another week, months, year. But many people who are talking about Ascension are talking about, some is talking it's coming now, and we are in this process and we now moving. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of people is saying this golden age will be in 5 years time, this golden age will be in 10 years time. Yeah, what you yourself and your spirit you're working with,
Okay.
what they are saying about it?
They've suggested it's 11 years time, and it's coming faster and faster. More people are beginning to wake up and open up and raise their vibration so that we can bring it in faster. So, but we will ask Spirit how long it will be. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use this. I'm going to ask Spirit, let's go for the 11 years and work our way back.
Oh, I hope not 11 years. I do hope
11
not.
years is not a very long time, is it? 11 years is a very little time to reach. We're talking about reaching. We're already doing it. We're already beginning to start doing it. So let's ask Spirit. Spirit, how many years is it going to be before we are in Ascension? I mean, we are in Ascension now because we're going towards it. But how many years before we reach real Ascension? Is it 10 years? No. Is it 11 years? It's 11 years. And what I'm talking about there, Daiga, is that we've reached it in 11 years.
That means actually, you mean it will be done. We managed to get there in 11 years. At the moment, we already on the way of it, yeah?
Yeah. Why do you think everything is happening like it is in the world? So we've had warnings. We've had a chance. When COVID came in, we had a chance to let our world rest, to step back, to begin to feel what was happening to us as families, as communities. everybody began to see that the way the world works, working your whole life for a few years of peace at the end of it, people have began to see that it doesn't work. The 9 to 5 doesn't work. The school systems don't work. Our children are hurting. They don't know how to communicate with each other. We haven't taught them. We haven't taught them how to communicate. We haven't taught them. The school system doesn't work. We have many of our children with mental health issues. We have more diseases coming. We have more storms in our world. We have lots of things that we didn't have before. And this is already changing so that we can move into Ascension. And what's happening now is more. It's all wake-up calls for us. All of it is wake-up calls for us.
Yeah. I think all this lockdowns been very huge wake-up call for so many people.
And I think it's left all of us with so much trauma. It's really hard to get back into living the way we used to live. It's like we can't do it anymore. We can't do that. We have been so traumatized that it just doesn't work. So we have to find a new way of living. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I think everybody who get out on first lockdowns, actually many didn't want to even come back to work anymore. That type of work what they've been doing.
Yeah.
And I managed to survive those 2 years in the lockdowns. I managed to survive. Yeah, but I now give up my 3D job just because I cannot. I felt everything what I need to do and what my inner guides are telling me to do. I cannot mix with 3D job. It's not happening.
And that's why we have so much mental health issues, because people are doing what they don't want to do for most of the time of their life. We spend most of our time at work. We don't do what we love doing, and we don't get paid really well for it. Actually, I do. I do what I love doing. But most of us don't do what we love doing. We don't do our passions.
But Maria, have you been doing this from early ages, or you been in some 3D job before as well?
Oh my goodness, yes. I've been in 3. I used to work in a sewing factory. So I worked in a sewing factory for years and years and years. And then I worked as a waitress.
Wow.
For a long time. And then I worked in a shop. And then I did some cleaning. And then I did my art degree, and I did my painting, and then I did fashion and design, and I worked at that for a while. And then I put my two loves together, my spirit world, my art world, and my helping others. I worked as a counsellor for a while, as a therapist. I learned art therapy. I've worked in many jobs, yeah. And now we just seen an orb.
I saw again orb.
Because that's what spirit want. They want us to expand on that. I didn't always do this. I came here 20 years ago to do my art degree, and it developed from then. That's how it developed.
Yeah, I
did what I love doing. That's what I did, because I have many traumas and many tragedies in my life. Yeah. And now life is too short. Life is too short. Do what you love doing and get paid really well for it. Spirit are my bosses. They provide for me. I never worry about money, not one bit. Spirit will provide for me. Whatever I need will come to me, and always does. Always does. And I know if I live and do my passion and do what I love doing, I get paid really well for it. It comes one way or another.
Yeah. It's this take this step and leap of faith to actually trust that it will come. It's quite big step.
It's a mindset, isn't it? My mindset used to be negative all the time. And what I brought to me was more negative stuff over and over and over again. So I changed the story.
We creating as soon as we thinking negative, we creating this negativeness for ourselves.
Because it's what we fear. It's our most emotion is what we fear. And guess what we bring to us? We bring our fears to us. The things we don't want. And because subconsciously that's what we're putting out there.
Yeah, and that's the biggest mistake what people are doing, I think, because they usually is like, oh, I don't want to die alone. And what you're putting out, you want to die alone. Yeah, or I don't want to be in pain. What you're putting out, I want to be in pain.
Yeah. I've never heard of anybody saying on their deathbed, oh, I am so happy that I worked my 9 to 5 and that I had loads of money and that I didn't. It's always about relationships and about love and about what we've given. Isn't it? It's always about that.
Yeah. Hello, Sandy. We have first viewer. Please keep your questions coming. I'm waiting at the moment, waiting for questions. I don't know why you've been looking for an hour because I already said you've been on previous show and I said 7 o'clock will be starting this show. Maybe you misunderstood me. Well, we don't have a question from Sandy yet. Can we ask one personal question for me? My ex-husband disappeared quite ages ago, disappeared without trace. And police couldn't find it. Absolutely nobody knows what happened with him. And nobody can find. Is there any possibility we actually have some message from him or spirit world will tell us something about what happened with him?
Okay, we can only ask. We can always ask. So what particular question do you want to ask? Do you think he's not alive? Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking he's not alive.
Okay.
Because he would be coming. I have two minds. One mind is something happened and he lost his memory and maybe lives somewhere completely different life and don't have any idea about what happened before, or he is not with us anymore. So
okay, so let's ask Spirit first. So is this person is he still alive? Yes, he's still alive. He's not gone. Maybe he just wanted to disappear.
Everything can happen. With him, everything can happen.
So is he having a happy life somewhere else? So we've got maybe for that. Ask the questions, Daiga. What questions do you want?
Does he still has his memory?
Does he still have his memory? Yes.
Okay, we can't ask with yes or no why he is not keeping in touch with anyone, because nobody knows nothing.
And maybe he doesn't want to. Maybe he had enough. Maybe he felt that he wanted to disappear and start a new life. Who knows?
Yeah.
Did he want to disappear and start a new life? And that's what the spirit, and he's entitled to do that, isn't he, if that's what he wants to do?
It's quite strange, but everything can happen.
Yeah.
Sandy, we would be glad to have a question from you. Can we, while we're waiting for Sandy, can we ask about there on the news in England is the energy bills and taxes going up next month? Will it really happen, and or maybe something will change in between and it's not going to happen?
Well, I hope not. I really hope not. The energy bills are horrendous already.
Yes,
Okay.
and
So
they think.
Are the bills going to go up next month, the energy bills? It would seem so. I think it's expected because of what's happening in the world that they will go up.
I just all the time keep hoping that everything will change and really this good energies, which one is clearing out the world or cleaning the swamp, like Trump is saying, yeah, all these good energies will change everything soon.
We need to, as a people, to get on board and realize that we have the power to change everything if we only get on board and put the love out there and the peace out there in the world. That is the change that needs to happen. And we have the power to do that. We're here like children waiting. We're like children waiting for the government, for other people to come and take over, mummies and daddies to come and look after us. We have the power. We just don't believe we have. A lot of us don't believe we have. And we sit around waiting for it to change magically. It won't change magically. It will change if we do something.
You actually have to do something ourselves.
Yes.
For them.
We have to get on one page.
And we have a question from Sandy. Why don't we ask about my job? I'm on leave without pay for 5 months now because I didn't she didn't do test wherever I took the job. I will have a meeting soon with human resources, 24 years with this job. And I understand she didn't take the job and
yeah.
I can agree with what Sandy is saying, because I was applying for few jobs while I was on sick leave from my 3D job. I was applying for few jobs and I have to give up this. They wanted interviews with me, and as soon as I asked, do I need go through tests or do I need jobs for this, yeah, and they said yes, I will have to do tests every day to go to work. Yeah, I said, sorry, call me when all this is over, and then I will go and work for you. So I give up about 3 jobs like that.
So we've all got different opinions on it, haven't we? We've all got different opinions about it. I can see both sides of it, really. But we will ask Spirit, yeah?
Okay.
So, which one is it? Sandy?
Sandy, yes.
So I've got 3 piles and I'm just asking which ones are for Sandy. The middle one is for Sandy. Okay, Sandy. So Sandy, you have dreams, you have things that you want to go for and you want to do. Okay.
I can clarify a little bit. I work with our air traffic, with air traffic controllers. We are all well trained and regulated by government. Air traffic controllers, yeah.
Okay, which you're a blessing, and you enjoyed your work. Your work was a blessing to you. The thing that's happening is that the world wants us to work in a certain way now, don't they? The world wants us to be a certain way, and they talk about the vaccinations and everything else. This is what they require for you to go to work. You are the speaker of truth and you don't believe what is happening at the moment, so you're against it. But you have bosses and you have a government body and they won't allow it. You keep getting blessings. So what I'm getting is that you love your job. Your job is a blessing to you. You love your job, but you haven't followed what they want you to follow so that you can go to work. The message is that it feels like you have to leave your job or do what they say. The choice has to be yours, doesn't it? There's a bright spark to it, though. Okay. The lady of the forest. Maybe Sandy, maybe the job's not for you anymore. Maybe there's something else you have dreamed about. There's something else that you have to do. Maybe that's not what you want to do anymore. I don't know, because I don't know.
Maybe we can check in, Sandy. Maybe send us. Is there any other dream what you're dreaming about? While we wait, Sandy probably is responding now. Okay. Somebody else join us. Hello, whoever join us, please, we waiting for questions. So I don't know what I want to do, Sandy says.
Okay.
Maybe Spirit World can tell what type of jobs would be good for Sandy.
Okay.
Hello,
so
Lila.
We'll ask. So which job would be good for Sandy? What's her passion? What does she love doing? Okay. Doesn't mean she'll be a thief. That's not what it means. It means there's things that you want to do, Sandy. There are passions that you have always wanted to do, and that the thief is having to work the job that you have to work. It's not what you really want. That's your thief. For a long time, you've been looking to do something else. For a long time. You're in two minds about it. So part of you's frightened of losing your job and losing what you've always done and what you've known. And the other part of you wants to try something new. So you're in two minds. The fear of not being, having your job, the fear of not doing that stops you from moving forward, maybe in a more spiritual way that you want to do, to use the gifts that you have, because you have gifts. We've got the Lady of Leprechauns, which is about this, funny with St. Patrick's Day, but the Lady of Leprechauns is about doing what you love doing and getting paid really well for it. It's about finding your passion. What's your passion? Finding your passion and moving forward from there.
Sandy is saying, I love my job. I've been in aviation for 42 years.
Okay. Would she love teaching her job?
Marie is bang on, except I have no dreams or interests.
Okay.
No passion. I believe that God has other plans for me.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Luna. Please start ask questions. We're waiting for questions more. Okay, Lila is asking. You will keep answering to Sandy.
I'm just asking what her passion is, because we all have passions. We all have passions, don't we? We all have our own kind of creativity. We all have passions. It's just been pushed down for a while. And she's forgotten what it is. The Queen of Shadows we've got. So what this tells me, Sandy, is that for a long time you've kept your passions down a little bit. And we need to shine a light on the shadows so that you can come into the light and find out what you really love doing. What is your passion? And that will help you really to move forward in it. Just one more, because I don't want to leave it on the Queen of Shadows. Okay.
We have plenty of time, don't worry.
Okay, we've got the Queen of Bedlam. Okay. So you want to be in control, and your passion wants you to not be in control, and there's a battle with being in control, and there's a battle with what your passion is. The control keeps winning.
Okay.
You need to fix it. So I'm going to leave it at that, or it'll be a full reading then, won't it, really?
We have another question. Lila is asking, Lila is asking, will landlord give me a new 3-year lease?
Okay, that's a simple one. We'll ask yes or no. So Spirit, please show me yes. So yes is side to side. Please show me no. No is back and forward. Please show me maybe. And maybe is the circle, because sometimes they don't want us to know.
When I'm doing with my pendulum, I usually, for me, yes is like that, coming to me, no is like this, and circle is don't know.
Yeah, but because we're all different. They don't just work that way. They work differently.
They work with person how you want them, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I asked, because even with me, they might change their mind and work a different way.
Okay.
So for this lady, this person wanted to know, will landlord renew the 3-year lease? Yes. Yes. That's a definite yes. So if you're worried about your home, you don't need to be at the moment. Not for another 3 years anyway.
Luna is asking, can you ask if my sister will do the right thing and honor my parents' will and sell and divide our childhood home between all?
Wow. Okay. I will ask. So will Luna's sister do the right thing? Yes. So however it turns out, she will do the right thing.
My mother will stay to sell and divide our home, but my sister decided to live in the home and somehow change the home title.
Oh, is she allowed to do that by law?
I don't know. It's probably in a will, or maybe it's only agreement, not will. It was mom's wish, not the will as such. I think will you can't change like that.
No, I wouldn't think so. Okay.
Please keep those questions coming. We still have few minutes, so if you have more questions. If we don't have at the moment, while we're waiting for more questions, I want to ask one question. Do we really have to give up meat to become more spiritual, open third eye, and ascend to fifth dimension?
There's so much out there, isn't there? Let's ask Spirit. So, do we really have to give up meat to become more spiritual? No. It's quite simple. No.
I think the same thing. On end of the day, if you are spiritual, then why you can't eat what you want to eat? But so many people actually is telling that you have to go on this juice detoxation programs and all rest of things to be spiritual.
It depends who you listen to, doesn't it?
We have beautiful compliment. Luna is telling, I love Maria's hair. Daiga look beautiful as always. Thank you very much. I'm very appreciated that I look beautiful. I didn't know, but thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you for following me. These three ladies who is at the moment talking, I know already for quite some time, so I do hope we will get some new. We still have time, so ladies, please come up with more questions. What is bothering you? We are waiting for questions.
Shall we do what we did last time and do a reading for everybody who's here?
Yes.
That worked well last time, isn't it?
I think it worked well, and it could be our signature move.
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes when I'm doing my readings, and sometimes I come on and I do my readings, sometimes I come on and I ask Spirit just to give me the cards that they want me to talk about, and then the talking happens. So Spirit know who are here, and they know who's going to watch the show, and they know what people need to hear, and they will guide us. They will do that. So 1, 2, or 3.
1.
Okay. So let's see, Spirit, invite Spirit in and give us what you want us to look at. Oh, shadow of the past. Okay, healing our shadows. Healing our shadows. Lady of magic. Okay, the lady of the unicorns. So whoever's listening to this, whoever this is for, it's about healing our shadows so that we can become ladies of magic and have our gifts show up and be all that we can be and all that we need to be. We've got the maiden, which is about a time in our life when we felt confident, felt like we could conquer the world and move forward in it. Shining our light, the star fairy. It's about shining our light. So spirit are trying to uplift us. They want us to deal with our shadows. They want us to shine a light on it. If you shine a light on a shadow, the shadow disappears. That's what happens. If you keep the shadow and don't look at it, it gets bigger. So what spirit are saying is what's happening in our world at this moment in time is the shadows are coming up. Let's shine a light on them and deal with them. And as we do that, become into our maidens, become into a time in our life when we feel confident, we feel like we are magic, we feel like we can change our world. We've got the mental health issues, the captive man. This is about mental health issues. Our world is so negative at the moment. We have to change that. We really have to change that. Joy for our future. This is what spirit are giving us. Let's look at our shadows. Let the shadows come up. Shine the light on it. Deal with it. And then move forward. That's what the earth is doing, as well as what we're doing in our families, in our homes, in the world. We're all reflecting each other. That's what we're doing. We've got Queen of the Night. Okay? Queen of the Night is about being woke up early hours of the morning, right, between 3 and 5, where spirit can get to us when we have our mind quiet, and they can get there and they can start to give us inspiration and give us stuff that will help us deal with what we need to deal with. So we can be the ladies, gentlemen, these are very feminine cards, but gentlemen too, of joy. That's what they want for us. They want joy for us. They want change to happen. We have people, it's a not nice card, this one, is it? Look at it. This is about the people who need to, who are trying not to change, who are trying to, trying so hard, ego stuff to get more and more and more. And this is the Queen of the Golden Bow. And this is the new golden energy. Now, this one talks about the one here, the 144,000 people who are here on Earth at this moment in time to bring in Ascension, to bring in the new golden energy. That's what we need. As soon as we get, the whole world doesn't have to think it, but as soon as we get and we wake up the 144,000 people, then we come to Ascension. Then we come to Ascension and we live joyfully like Peter Pan.
We have one more question. My sister Lila is asking question. My sister went cold in 18 and is angry with me, but don't know why. She's silent. No communication, but I get hints from cousins that she is back talking me. Maybe spirits can ask spirits to give some advice what is going on there with her sister.
Okay. Okay. So who's this for, Daiga?
It's for Lila.
Lila.
I don't. In my country, Lila pronounced Lila. Maybe in English it's Layla, possibly.
Is it L-A?
L-A-I-L-A. Probably Layla.
Yeah, I would think it's Layla. Yeah.
Yeah, because in my country this pronounced Lila. So
yeah. So it's Layla. So Layla, pick a number, 1, 2, or 3.
Layla, please pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. At the moment, not yet. Can we go 3? Again, Maria, which number you picked? I picked 3. If Leila won't respond, I would be picking 3, and Leila is telling 3.
Yeah, me too. But I wanted her to pick it because that brings her energy in and mixes in. Okay. She says one thing and does another. So this is your sister. She says one thing and does another. Her words and her actions don't match up. Okay. Her words and her actions don't match up. Okay. She has memories. Your sister has memories that she's not talking about or telling you about, and some PTSD in that she needs, trauma that she needs to deal with. And she may not be ready to talk to you about it. There are many challenges. She's very challenging, your sister. She has many challenges. Okay. She has challenges that you don't know about. Okay. She finds it difficult. We've got the Queen of Owls. She finds it difficult to communicate what's really going on for her. She doesn't actually know how to do that. I wouldn't listen to everything that the cousins say. I wouldn't listen to everything that the cousin says. The temptation is that they're a little bit in the middle of it. And because she doesn't talk to you, you don't know what's going on. It's something to do with a guy. So maybe you can clarify that in some way. Maybe she's in a relationship and that relationship, that person doesn't encourage her to be with her family. He's challenging. She has many challenges, your sister. She has many challenges. When our family is estranged from us, and that's what's happened, then you have to let her work it out. She may not come back, but you can't do anything about it. The thing is that all you can do is hope, and you have hope. There is hope that something can get sorted eventually when she's able to talk about what's going on for her. At the moment, that's not happening. Just one more to finish it off. No, change the story. Change your story. Layla, change your story. If our family members decide that they want to estrange from us and they have their story, then that's their story. What Spirit are saying is, you change your story. Deal with the grief that leaves you with when a family member does that. You know, we can change the story without it having to affect the family member, but we need to change it for us. We can write symbolic letters. We can do things like that. We can just get the grief. It's like somebody's died, isn't it? An estrangement is like somebody's died. And you go through the grief of it and the anger and all the stuff that keeps bargaining. All the stuff comes up just the same. But it's not doing you any good, Layla. So what Spirit are saying is maybe you need to do a little bit of work on changing the story. And maybe when you change the story, then maybe your sister will come back. I hope that was okay for you. How are we doing?
We're doing fine. I don't have any more questions. We do have more viewers now, but we don't have any more questions and hour is over. So we probably leave like this.
Okay.
So Maria, we didn't talk before. Will you be able to do it next Thursday again, 7 o'clock?
Yes.
So for all our viewers, our next show will be next Thursday, 7 o'clock. So I hope to see all of you there with lots of questions for us. We love your questions. Sorry if you missed the live. Somebody missed live. Next week, please tune in 7 o'clock English GMT time. So tune in and you will be with us with lots of questions. Somebody else is coming. I don't know how people coming very late. I advertise about 7 o'clock, but okay, till next week. From our hearts to yours, thank you very much for watching and God bless.
Thank you.